like this. Go. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, oh well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. But my girl could forgive me living life like a star. All red bottoms looking like I walked on the scene. Homicide damage with the pills. Young nigga came up still running from the system. Caught his homeboy stealing out the pack, so he clipped him. Been feeling down, need somebody for the lift. He been fighting with his girl cause he said it down feel him. Mama say that he got drugs in his system. New image old me, so they miss him. How the fuck I supposed to act with my father in the prison? Tell another nigga listen, back then I ain't listen. Real player with some young niggas round me, crib. With some old heads out of jail, leave a nigga miss. Lot of money, but they still don't understand how I'm living. From the streets to the can, either way I'm living. Put my rip a nigga up 1 second in a minute. Tell a nigga hit me up if he really got 10. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, oh well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. But my girl could forgive me living life like a star. What I say? Press the button and the door open up. Let my nigga out the whip, ain't no shooting out the rave. Got the back in the front sold up. Tell him spin around the block right before you catch a play. Came home, started selling AA. Got some dog food on me with some act in the case. Got a K right in my home if you ran in my place. Put a bullet in his dome once it exit his face. On my knees, praying to God, telling him I'm going home if I don't live up to going hard. One night I ain't go home, girl, acting crazy cause she mad that I'm living like a star. Bitch, I'm straight up out them trenches, I ain't never had a heart. And I'm plugged in the socket, I ain't never had a car. And you want the fancy thing, so you better play your part. Told that bitch you don't work, then I swear you gon' starve. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, oh well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. But my girl could forgive me living life like a star. Like a star, yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the morning after. We missed you this weekend, but man, we had a time. I'm not distracted. Joey Chestnut just announced his return to the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, and I just need to get a quick tweet off. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
That's incredible.
Is that not huge news? Breaking news. Beep, 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 beep. Joey Chestnut is making his return to the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. And he said, even though I've partnered with many of plant-based companies, it never stifled my love for hot dogs. That's a real deal wiener eater.
That's a real eater.
That's a real deal wiener eater. I don't know if we'll ever see a generational eater like Joey Chestnut again.
Oh, dude. He's one of one.
Is that fair to say?
I think so.
I think it's very fair to say.
I will say, though, as much as he is an American treasure, makes me nauseous every time.
Yeah, obviously.
100%.
Disgusting.
Makes me nauseous every time. But make no mistake, that 5 minutes before, I'm like, dude, he needs to eat them all. He needs to set another world record.
It's just like at the end when it's just like mush. They're basically eating. It's like
It just made me nauseous.
Yeah,
The,
gross.
the hot dogs are fine. It's like you can understand chewing that. You can chew that fast with the buns, dude. Like just wet buns.
It's
No.
it's the buns that then just get, like Lauren said, just mushed.
It's just
Yeah.
mush.
Mushed. Why can't I find this video? I just want to tweet a video above the tweet and then be done with it, man. I'm sorry, guys. This is really unprofessional. Really bad podcasting. But we took a trip to Chicago. Josh finally made us go. We went to a Cubs game. We bet on a I bet on a Dansby Swanson home bingus.
Mhm.
And oh my God, there was only 2 home runs the whole game. And one of them was Dansby Swanson. That's why I have to buy a jersey everywhere I go somewhere new. Like I have to do it.
Mhm.
And then I have to wager them to do something. It was DeGrom, and then he got season hurt the next game. It was Lindor. He went 0 for 5 when we were in New York. I have Bryce Harper. He went yard the day I went there in Philly, like a long time ago.
Okay.
And now Dansby Swanson might be the most goated.
Most good.
Dansby Swanson might be the most goated.
That was for sure the best call. Because no one's like walking in. Like what were the odds? Like 650?
Plus 555, I think, right,
Okay.
Josh?
Mine was plus 680.
680 then, yeah.
That's insane.
My favorite part about it, though, wasn't even that Dansby went yard. It wasn't even the celebrations. It wasn't even that we filmed a video the day before that I'm going to post today about why I'm taking the Dansby home run. It was that I got one of Josh's buddies from high school to ride the dong.
Yeah.
And when Dansby went yard, looking over at Josh's buddy, and I was just being like, was actually
Oh, that's
the most
electric.
electric thing I've been a part of in a really, really long time.
Yeah.
He was telling me yesterday, he was like, yeah, I was in the beer line and then heard the crack of the bat and everyone started going insane. I knew Dansby was at the bat, so I sprinted back. With the boy.
No, dude, he came all the way back and we were just like, Dansby! It was
Electric.
sick, dude. It was so good.
Electric.
But I mean, what a trip. Let's go. Let's start from the top.
Yep.
What were your thoughts of Chicago, Lauren? While I find this.
Unbelievable, dude. I mean, I already had like pretty high expectations, but to me, to like sum it up, it's everything that I think New York should be. But for one, like the city doesn't smell bad. It's beautiful.
There's just no reason to have to bring up New York.
Yeah, but I feel like that is the comp. No, it's kind of they're kind of in a league of their own.
It's comped. It's comparable.
I think it's comped. Unreal though. The people are so cool. Like the bar scene is sick. Wrigleyville is just awesome. Yeah, it's just a good time, dude. I could see myself living there. Like no
Wow.
joke. No joke.
Wow.
Top to bottom. Weather, people,
Weather was
Wrigleyville.
awesome.
What'd you think of Wrigleyville?
Wrigleyville was awesome. Wrigley itself was beautiful and amazing. That atmosphere, by far, the best baseball atmosphere I've ever been in.
Wow.
Again, it's like I feel like this the people. It was just a vibe.
Wow.
And a lot of history. Like you don't get that at Rangers games where it's like there's traditions. Like obviously we saw the Cubs win, flying the W, playing the Go Cubs Go song. It's so sick. You don't get that
Lauren
here.
came in this morning singing Go Cubs Go, Josh.
Yeah, I did.
That's crazy.
I found it.
I love that though. I love that. I had a great time. That game was so fun too. Great game to be at.
The only bad thing is
Moose.
I wish we stayed longer.
The only bad thing was we didn't have enough time.
Yeah. That first day was just cooked by being in Ubers all day, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I mean, yeah, we don't even have to talk about the traveling and staying situation, which was just, I mean, top to bottom, notch job. Also, shout out to PLL. Frame
Oh,
photo,
that's sick.
All-Star Weekend.
Oh,
with Pac-Man
wow.
Jones. Shout out to PLL. Very, very, very cute. Gonna hang this up somewhere in the office. I also
That's
just love,
sick.
my favorite part about this, just Krabs having such a good time, man. That's the most genuine smile you've ever seen of any smile.
I've never seen him that happy.
When we went to Chicago, obviously I've been a Chicago hater for quite some time on the show. It was outside of New York, because I think like I'm not from New York, but I've just spent so much time in New York that New York just feels like home. Like all my buddies are there. It's my favorite place to be. Outside of New York, I would have to say Chicago's been my favorite city I've ever visited for sure.
Wow,
Like,
Josh.
way-
You
That-
got him.
I'm
You
an
got-
all-time Chicago hater, casual Bears fan, now full-time Cubs fan. That's insane.
It's insane, dude. I've been almost everywhere in the United States. Baltimore, like all the big ones. Baltimore, Boston, LA, now Dallas, Austin, everyone that Northeast. I've pretty much been to Philadelphia.
Really?
Chicago was just like, I think you said it while we were driving around in one of our Ubers. It's one of the most romantic looking cities.
Yes, it's so romantic.
Yeah, you were
dude.
right. You were right with that take. I feel like I could see myself growing old with someone there, like the water and shit. And I know, obviously, you know, we were talking about it. It's like heaven on earth for 4 months. The rest of the year, it's like the worst place to be. Like you're freezing your Johnson off. It's just not fun. But being there in the summer, the river, like seeing the river go through the city, like seeing the beaches on the edges while going into Wrigleyville. The
Mhm.
fact that Wrigleyville is like its own town was so much fun.
Mhm.
We got to meet Sonny, Snowman.
Yes.
That was so sick. So shout out those boys. We
They were awesome.
slugged some bevies with those boys. But it was awesome, dude. It was really, really, really cool experience. I didn't know Chicago had it like that. We spent a little bit of time downtown. We spent a lot of time in Wrigleyville. But I think my favorite thing was I was talking on the phone yesterday and I was like, yeah, I just got back from Chicago. And they were like, oh, what was your favorite part? And my favorite part about going somewhere is being in someone else's element, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So like when I when Gavin and I would work together, we went to Philly and seeing him in his element in Philly. Like that's where he grew up. That's where he's at. My favorite part was being around Josh in Chicago. Cause like when you see someone like that grows up in an area and then you get to like experience like their area and like meet their hometown friends, go to the bars that they go to, like you start being able to put the picture together of people and like be like, wow, okay, yeah, I get like how Josh grew up now. Like these bars are so much fun. I get why he loves Chicago. I get why like this city has like whatever. Also, all of Josh's buddies are so fucking funny.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Just one story. I have to tell one story, Josh. We went out Friday and me, him, and Rev ended up meeting up with a bunch of his high school buddies at a bar called Halligan's, which the Irish pub presence too in Chicago needs to be talked about. I mean, it's some of the best shit I've ever seen. That's an Irish kid. But one of Josh's buddies, super funny kid. His name is forgetting me right now. But I'm talking to one of his other buddies, and I guess this one buddy was like the guy that they will like troll. So whenever they go out, they'll like try to like, you know, just like get at him.
Yeah.
And we're at this bar, and I was like, dude, should I just like, what should I do? And his buddy's like, you need to order him a Malort and soda. And just say not a word. Just tell him it's like a vodka Sprite. Just get him a Malort and soda. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. And he's like sitting down here at the end of the bar. And the waitress comes over. I was like, hey, can I get 2 vodka Sprites, a Surfside, and I like whispered it and like mouthed it. And she was like, a what? And I was like, I was like blocking my mouth. And she like, Josh can attest to it because he was standing next to me. She, by the way, fucking blew it.
Yeah, blew it so bad.
Who the hell is drinking that? And I was like, whoa. I was drinking what? A vodka Sprite? I was like, no, I thought you said a Malort and soda. Okay. And then, of course, Josh's buddy heard it and he was like, dude, no, not doing that. And she like totally blew the operation, by the way. It just had like, if she was part of the FBI, we would have been dead in that scenario. If that was like a life or death, like hostage scenario, we need to get in and out, get the intel. We would have all been dead. She blew it. Dude, Lauren, it froze her. She stood there and stared at me and Josh.
Dude, that's no tip worthy almost.
Dude, I was in shock. Josh, was it not insane?
It was insane, but fun fact, I'm pretty sure like 30 seconds after, he's like, fuck it, I'll just take a Malort shot. And he just took a Malort shot. Pretty sure he did that.
Yes, he did do that. He did do that.
Insane.
Because then she wouldn't make the drink. Because she was like, you don't put that in together. Like, you don't make a mixed drink with Malort. Like, she like, it fried her brain. It like actually fried her brain. And I was just sitting there like, we were just trying to like.
What psycho am I talking to right now?
We were just trying to like fuck with my friend's buddy over here. And she was like, oh. And then just like made a shot anyway and just put it. And was like, you guys can just have a shot of it. And then he ended up just doing the shot anyway. But just so funny, like meeting like Josh's buddies. There's like this one kid there, like, dude, we just gotta fuck with him one time.
And Justin just got, dude, just we had a bit about my buddy who just buzzed all of his hair off just because I asked him if he got a haircut, and he hated it. It was so dumb.
No, but it was awesome, dude. We went to, so obviously Friday we went to a couple bars in Wrigleyville because we had to film the intros for the vlog, which is going to be so sick. Make sure you guys look out for it. We posted about it already, but we tried to break the world record for a beer snake at Wrigleyville at Wrigley. I think we got pretty close.
We were right there.
Like all things considered, that was an unbelievable beer snake.
That was by far the biggest beer snake I've ever seen.
For sure.
Like by a lot.
And also, I think I have to give Chicago its flowers too. I've been to Mets games on a Saturday afternoon. I've been to Yankees games Saturday afternoon. I've been to Phillies games Saturday afternoon. The fact that on a Saturday afternoon against the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are one of the worst teams in the MLB with no famous pitcher pitching. It wasn't Skeens Day.
Nope.
It's 2 fucking bots, Boyd and I forget who the guy was in the Pirates. A 2-1 game, sold out stadium. There was not a seat in the bleachers. There wasn't a seat in the stands. They were going crazy. It was like being at a playoff basketball game is what it felt like.
Yeah.
Every single seat was filled in the bleachers, like a general admission, nothing empty. On just a random Saturday. Like it was awesome. Like it was such a, and when Dansby went yard, oh my god.
Oh, there it is. Did you hear them play that after? It was sick.
Just so, also PCA in the outfield, just looking like a bucket, dude.
He's
aura farming, dude, in the outfield.
He was so
PCA was low key aura farming us that whole game, dude.
For
He
sure.
knows who he is.
I was trying to chirp O'Neal Cruz. Rav was in a pirate costume. The vlog will be coming out probably in the next week and a half, maybe.
Probably.
I know it's going to take some time to edit because there's so many shots, so many things happened. But What a game, dude. What a game.
Unreal.
What a game.
How
I'm
did you
honestly
guys,
happy I didn't switch out of the Swanson jersey at the buzzer because I almost got a custom Stroman. I almost got a Stro show.
Oh, you did?
I was like thinking about it. And then I walked up to the thing and I didn't see like a custom jersey anywhere. And I was like, I just stick to the guns. Just got to get Dansby.
Dude, I thought you were going to switch to PCA.
I know.
I
There
feel that.
there was a thought.
There was a thought.
it was a good move, though. The Dansby jersey was a good move.
Yeah, it was a good move.
Worked
We
out
did
just-
go to we went to Sluggers.
Unbelievable.
Lauren hit 1 mile per hour exit velo off the bat.
All right, dude. Okay.
I
to
was aura
explain
farming.
myself- I was like, guys, watch this. The fucking bats they had were like 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And okay, obviously, I'm not used to swinging like a baseball bat. Softball bats are more like evenly weight distributed. So it was I was kind of like, fuck. And also, it was kind of dark in there. Bad eye vision, everyone knows. And so, yeah, I couldn't see the ball until it was like basically right here. And I was torquing that thing.
Can I
don't
be
know.
honest with you?
Is it mean?
No.
Am I gonna like it?
No, it's not me. It's not me.
Okay, let's hear it.
I think it just shows how good of a friend I am.
Why?
When we left the cages after I went, because I went after you and I was, by the way, I don't know if you guys could tell.
You need to post your
We will,
swing.
yeah, we'll be posting the video that Lauren and I made for that baseball thing, probably either today or tomorrow. I was just aura farming. I've never played baseball other than like I told you guys that story for 3 games. And every clip I see of baseball, like since I don't like any tweets, is home runs. And whenever I see a home run, they let go of the bat with their just one hand. So I was
Yeah,
just
you
like,
were literally pimping every swing.
it looked like I was just trying to pimp every swing. Like I didn't hit for contact one time. Like I was just trying to pimp every swing. I
Literally
don't,
thought you were Lindor out there.
literally,
Just-
'cause I literally showed Lauren a picture. I was like just doing some tape. It was just Lindor's batting stance. But Lauren went, then I went, and she came out of the batting cages and she was like, dude, I couldn't even see the ball. I had no problem seeing the ball. It was so bright. And I just, in that moment, I
Holy
couldn't
shit.
crush you like that. So I just went, dude, couldn't see a thing.
You're telling me you could see the ball?
Oh, yeah.
I saw the ball clear as day.
Yeah, it was clear as
Yeah.
mom, dude. Like, you need to get your eyes checked.
I couldn't see shit. Dude, I couldn't see it until it was about 5 feet from me. And I'd be like, okay.
I saw
Dude,
the ball
it was
rolling down the ramp.
literally
I was
clear as
like,
I
mom.
don't believe that. You guys know it was like kind of in that corner back there. It was dark. There was no light to tell you it's pitching right now.
It was. You could, you know
Not
what
for
I
a
could,
fresh
you know,
ball.
you know how good my
you see
eyesight
the ball
was?
rolling down.
Yeah, my eyesight was so good. I could see the ball getting loaded into the chamber,
Hey,
so I
you
knew when
guys
it was
think
coming
I'm,
out.
I'm look,
Yeah.
I can see that ball all the way out there. You guys think I can see that ball dropping?
But you made contact every time
Yeah, dude, I
without
was,
being able to see.
dude, I was putting some good swings on there. you
You're like
know?
Jameis. We need to get you LASIK.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Also,
but-
incredible how inconsistent that machine is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, dude, it shot one above my head. I was like, God.
Oh yeah, it
damn.
did actually.
Yeah,
It
I
didn't
was
do
like-
that to me, but it fired one across the bow for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
very odd how it does that. I don't even know how it's possible.
Then I bullied Josh into doing it. Everyone was leaving, and I was like, "No, Josh, you think you're getting out of it?" We made Josh get in the cage.
Dude,
I think-
Josh had a good swing
That-
on him.
Got jammed a couple times.
Yeah, Josh got jammed and was like, "Ow!" I lost $20 to Preston's girlfriend
Oh yeah.
because I made a horrible bet. In hindsight, it was just karma. I think I just had it coming for being this
Well,
mean.
it was a really bad bet.
It was a really
line.
bad bet, and I was
Yeah.
definitely being kind of a douchebag. But I made claims that Nick wouldn't touch 5 out of the 10 baseballs because I was like, Nick, just there's no athletic bone in that bod. I just don't see him touching more than 5.
Yeah.
And I was thinking he was going to strike out, and we were at the women's softball slow pitch cage, by the way. And I offered it to Lauren. I go, yeah, $20. I'm going to take the under on Nick to 5.5. Just touching the ball, just making contact. For those of you that might not know, Nick is one of our producers. Really funny, really great guy. Also put in a shift because we couldn't take backpacks into the bar. So then he had to Uber back to the south side, then all the way back to us. So he was our strongest soldier.
Yeah.
Sure.
I definitely had it coming. And Lauren was like, no, dude, I'll take that under. And then I offered it to Josh. Said, I'll take that under. So then I was like, all right, well, no one's on the other side. Now we just have 3 people on the wrong side and $20 in my pocket. Out of nowhere, here comes Preston's girlfriend. What are you guys doing? He's like, took the under on Nick touching 5.5 balls. She's like, he's definitely going to touch more than 5.5. So then out of pure spite, had to ignore for the at bats because I
By
had to
the
try
way,
to get
no,
in Nick's head.
It was 4.5.
It was 4.5?
Yeah, it was a terrible line.
4.5. But you guys were on the under with me. I had $20. Ignored her for the at bat because I tried to get in Nick's head. He touched the first 5. And I was like, oh, that was the quickest 20 bucks I've ever lost in my entire life.
Well, I gave you a chance to like change. I was like, are like touch it or like an actual like hit, what we're gonna consider a hit.
Yeah.
But you said touch, and I was
Touch.
like, there you go.
He low key. I mean, he probably hit the first 4 or 5 too. Like,
Yeah,
he-
he was kind of roping. And I was like, all right.
No, I looked like an idiot for sure. That was just a tough look all around for
I
me.
think he hit all 10, honestly.
I also had a dream last night. I'm actually just remembering this. I'm not even kidding. I had a dream last night that TMA had a 2,000 gifted sub whale given on today's episode. I'm not saying that because I'm trying to get subs or anything like that, but I literally had a dream last night that someone gifted 2,000 subs in our Twitch, and you know how fucked up my dream. You know how deep my dream went.
What?
That Trent was like disappointed that we were the ones that got the subs.
That's accurate.
He like got up and like put his head on the wall, and I was like, dude, only you would react like this to TMA getting 2,000 sub whales, dude. Like that's unbelievable out of you. And he was just like, no, dude. Like, and I was like, I know you want it to be either BTL or Surge, but of course it's us. So now you're pissed. I was like arguing with Trent in my dream about him being not happy that we got 2,000 sub whales.
So funny.
That's a real ass dream I had last night. That is a real dream I had last night.
Yeah, W sub bait.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get subs, but that was an unbelievable dream I had.
Really quick, want to talk about deep dish pizza.
And Cade Liddell gifts
Cade.
subs. Wow, that's Cade for you. That's literally Cade for you. That's literally Cade for you.
Literally him.
That's literally Cade. Can't get 2K if you don't get 5. Let's go, Cade.
True.
Come
What
on.
were we saying?
So I think we need to talk about deep dish.
Yes, let's do it. So first we went, let's rank Wrigleyville. I'm going to say 9.5 out of 10. One of the most fun areas I've ever been in my entire life. Gave me shades of Philadelphia Live, but way better because it was just like a town dedicated to the Cubs and bars, and it was residential. So sick. 9.5 out of 10.
Dude, I'm going 10 out of 10.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, the two Old Crow and Sluggers, probably my 2 favorite bars of all time.
Really?
As crazy as that sounds, like both were just like, they were unbelievable. And also only hits, only bangers. They never
Only
played like any
yeah.
like body
Bangers.
songs where people are kind of like, like, what is this shit? No, only bangers. But yeah, that whole area, the Shake Shack fucking busted me open, dude. That shit was so good.
Busted you open. Is that what you just
Dude,
said?
that was the best Shake Shack I've ever had.
Did you just say busted you open?
Dude, that shit busted me open.
Dude, Josh and I were, I mean, that just literally dead for everything. I can't believe you just said that about a fast food restaurant.
And it was
It's like
it
a
was
regional,
different.
literally like a regional chain.
Hey, that cook back there, he took real pride in his work. Took real pride in his work.
Busted.
Busted me open.
Josh Martin, there's no way Lauren just had a burger buster open. Yeah, Josh and I manned the ship at Old Crow while you, Rav, and Nick went and got burgers at Shake Shack.
You missed out.
And then we ended up at Halligan's. But all right, so Josh, do you want to rank Wrigleyville?
I mean, I don't even know if you can put a number on it. It's priceless. It's not-
It is kind of priceless,
It
dude.
could be priceless.
But if I had to, 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Downtown, we didn't get to experience a lot of it.
No.
We went to O'Callahan's, really cool
Mhm.
Irish pub. We saw the River Rock. We weren't able to go down it. From what I saw from the Ubers, I go downtown, like a 7, just a solid 7. I'd have to experience more of it to give it like a good score.
Mm-hmm.
Nick tried to take us to potentially one of the worst clubs maybe the city has to offer.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Don't know what that was.
But I would say 7.
Okay. Yeah. The city, I would say the city is more just pretty and like cool to walk around in. Like obviously the shopping's really good. Shopping and
We didn't even get to go to the shops.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That road,
What
that
is it called?
street.
Miracle Ave or
Yeah.
Magnificent Mile.
Yeah.
the Magnificent Mile where Dave stayed? We stayed 2 miles away from O Block. 2 miles.
We at least
Is
2
that
miles away from
actually
Oak
2 miles?
Chad, the actual scariest street in America, like the most well-known street of all time that has produced some of the hardest, most murderous rappers of all time, some of the most hardened criminals of all time, the O Block, Parkway Gardens, our hotel. I'm not even saying this as a bit. 2 miles. 2 miles.
Dude, we were a hop, skip, and a jump away from the King Von mural.
Literally hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep.
It's more south than the White Sox Stadium. And their nickname is the South Side.
Yep.
Put that in perspective.
That is
Dave's
hard.
giving him a magnificent mile, though.
That is hard.
Yeah, shout out.
But downtown 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wrigley 10 out of 10. First 10 out of 10 ballpark I've been to since. I can't give that to Goot, so I'm not going to say it.
Dude, I just
I've been
personally
to Camden, I've been to Philly, I've been to Toronto, I've been to both New Yorks. I've now been to Rangers, Wrigley, Pittsburgh. I would say Wrigley's
San
up there
Diego,
with
right?
one of the. No, I didn't get to go to that
Oh.
one. I would say Wrigley's up there with the best I've ever been.
Yeah, I mean, they make everything so easy too. Like you get that 21 and over wristband to show your ID again. You just walk out, beers.
Yeah, the
right-
ID, the wristband was so. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Wrigley, but if you go to Wrigley, unlike any other ballpark I've been to, they just give you a 21 plus wristband if you show your ID to this little table, and then you don't have to keep showing the beer lady your ID every time you go up. By the way, I was also becoming best friends with the beer lady. She was
Really?
like 45. Every time I came up there, she remembered me, and she had a little bucket that she'd put the foam in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, by the third inning, I might just hold the 2. I'll take the bucket. And then just out of nowhere, she goes, 159 beers. I go, in the bucket? She goes, no, it's in a keg. Like, wow. She's like, yeah, I did the math one day at a game. She's like, we did a fresh keg, and I thought I'm gonna keep track of how many beers was in this keg.
159.
Something like that. I don't know
Wow.
if that was the exact number, but she was great. She was awesome. Oh, she told me a great. You want to hear this joke? She told it to me and Josh.
Oh
All right,
yeah.
you ready? It's a pirate joke.
Oh, pretty good.
There's this boat of pirates. She just, by the way, one of the coolest ladies I've ever met because she just started talking. It wasn't like we were like, yeah, let me hear a good pirate joke. It was just saw Rav in a pirate costume and just goes, so there's a group of pirates. They're on the open seas. And we're just sitting there like, what's up? There's a group of pirates. They're on the open seas. Their captain is one of the best pirate captains in the entire ocean. They're sailing. Guy in the crow's nest calls down to the captain. Captain, get on the telescope. I don't know why I just gave him an accent. Captain, get on the telescope. There's a ship coming our way. Captain grabs the telescope, opens it up, sees the ship, goes to his first mate. He goes, grab me my red shirt. He goes, why would I grab you why would I grab you a red shirt? He goes, so that's when we're fighting. If anybody stabs me, they won't know that I'm hurt, and I'll be able to lead. And no one will know that I've gotten hurt, and they can look at me and know that I'm still fighting. He goes, all right. They attack the ship, clean him out, takes off the red shirt, not a scratch on him. Battled the entire time. Sailing for a couple days. Guy from the crow's nest calls down. He goes, Captain, it's a massive ship on the horizon. You need to check this out. Goes to his first mate. He goes, give me my telescope. Takes the telescope, pulls out, sees the ship. It's a massive, massive battleship.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely outmanned, outgunned. Puts the telescope away, goes to his first mate. He goes, give me my brown pants.
And Rav was wearing brown pants.
And Rav was wearing brown pants. It's one of those jokes that, like, it's not going to hit, but it hits every time.
No,
Where
that's funny.
It gets
No,
you a
that's
chuckle.
funny.
It gets you a chuckle. And it got me a chuckle. That's the kind of woman she was. Just an icon.
It was a
behind
little
the-
bit, I will say the joke was a little too long for standing at a beer station just waiting with your hand.
See that?
Yeah, we
Like,
did have our beers in our hands, like, okay. But then brown pants, and I was like, that was a good one. It did make me laugh. It did make me laugh.
That was good.
punchline.
Wrigley, I'm giving it 10 out of 10. I'm going to say tied with some of the best ballparks I've been to, but definitely up there in the upper echelon.
I will say I haven't seen a game in Fenway, but I did like the tour.
Mm.
I think potentially that one's gonna have it beat. I don't know yet. I think we're gonna find out in August. I think we'll be going there. That would be the only one like that I've been to so far that I'm like that could compete. Other than that, no one touches.
Now we go to the niche things.
Okay.
Deep dish pizza. Where are you at with deep dish pizza?
Look, I feel like I need to give it another chance.
We went to Luminati's.
Yeah, we went to Illuminati, which is supposed to be like the place, I think.
Josh, is that the place, correct?
It's like the most mainstream deep dish place.
Ass.
Two-pack ass.
Hey, listen, ass.
Two-pack of ass.
The whole time I had to like drench it in ranch to enjoy it. It's just like the sauce wasn't good in my opinion.
Two-pack of ass.
Yeah, dude. But also, I think I like thin pizza in the first place. But I think what was throwing me off, it wasn't even like the style of pizza. It was just the sauce was really bad and not enough like cheese in there. I don't know. But I do think mine was served a little cold.
It was. I liked everything else about Chicago. The deep dish could be taken behind the shed, never to be seen again, and I don't think anyone would complain.
Yeah, just too much sauce on us.
I just it didn't even and I was pretty hammered when we went. It didn't even satiate. Like normally you get pizza when you're a little drunk. You go, man, that hits. It was junk.
It was junk.
Lauren needed ranch.
Dude, I needed to drench it. I'm glad you bought me a whole bowl of ranch too.
I've never heard of someone doing that. Literally never heard someone do that. But
You've never heard ranch on pizza?
Wait, what?
Not on deep dish.
It did make it better.
Josh, I'm gonna be honest, dude. That like deep dish pizza is potentially one of the worst foods I've ever had.
I mean, deep dish is gas. One, I get why you wouldn't like it, but like, it's gas. It's not like pizza though. It's more like a hard it's like a cooked focaccia bread with like a bunch of cheese and shit on top, like a hard version of that. But
I didn't have that. Whatever you just described, I didn't have.
Yeah,
Mine was just mush. It was just mush.
I will say the crust was really good.
It's just lasagna. I said it was lasagna. Josh was like, dude, it's not lasagna. It's just lasagna.
It's not lasagna at all.
It's lasagna with a pie crust.
I mean,
yeah. What it is.
Well, so is pizza.
It's just lasagna.
Yeah, inverted lasagna. That's a great way to describe it.
Tavern style pizza is like, I guess, like true Chicagoans, like that's like the real Chicago pizza is tavern style pizza. But like,
what does that mean?
It's like mega thin crust pizza. It's like the complete opposite of deep dish. Actually, like it's like there's this place called Barnaby's. It's like super famous. It's like literally like the crust is essentially like a cracker almost.
See, that's my kind of pizza. I like the real thin crust.
But see, even Sonny, who I feel like I trust ball of because he had a custom jersey on Sonny 69. It's hysterical. Said he likes deep dish but hates loose. So maybe we just went to the wrong spot.
I mean, they all do taste a lot different. Like Lou's, Giordano's, Uno's, Pequod's, they're all very different in the taste. The style of the pizza is exactly the same. Like you're not gonna like.
Yeah, I think.
Dude, and I'm with Zay. You just give me a big ass piece on the Jersey boardwalk. I'm chilling. Better pizza than anywhere in Chicago.
Yeah, dude, the dollar pizza in New York is 10 times better than.
So fucking good.
Yeah, but those dogs at Portillo's.
Oh yes, Portillo's. A deep dish. I'm literally giving it a 0. I'm not gonna lie. Like I wasn't hating in the restaurant, but I was like so out on deep. I needed to find one thing to hate about Chicago. I zeroed in on deep dish.
That's fair. That's fun.
I needed a bitch. Guy like me, I'm gonna bitch. So I need to find one thing to bitch about. Deep dish pizza, potentially one of the worst things I've ever had.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was gross. I mean, I love pizza. Like I think it's really hard to mess up pizza, and they somehow did it.
Lauren and I were shitting on the pizza. Rav went ahead and actually ate like a hound.
Good, I like it.
Licking plate.
I guess your taste.
Licking plate. Portillo's. Loved the big beer cups.
Oh, yeah.
Frozen mugs.
Frozen mugs. I'll be honest. I think the Chicago dog is my favorite style of dog. I love pickles. I like that they relish with a spear pickle. I think biting into a hot dog with a spear pickle on it is an awesome experience.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the chunk of tomato. I hate pico de gallo.
Really?
Yeah, but I like that just half. So might be my favorite style of hot dog. Like if I were to order a hot dog anywhere, I'd want it to be Chicago style because also mustard.
That's where they lose me.
Mustard.
Not a mustard girl.
I had 2 of them, crushed them, banged them.
It did look good. It did look really good.
All
right, chill.
Somebody tell
Josh,
Lauren.
what
Somebody
did
tell
I technically...
Josh. Tell the chat what Lauren got at Portillo's.
No, Lauren got actually like a W ball knowledge.
Yeah.
Dish.
Wow. That's what we're doing now.
Yeah, it was a W ball knowledge.
She got the vodka sauce pasta. It's fucking amazing there.
It was
It's
unbelievable.
so good.
I went to Portillo's and Lauren somehow found vodka pop.
They only have it in the ones in Chicago too. Like only certain Portillos have the Barnellis. So like there's only probably like 10 of them in Illinois that you can like go get that stuff at. It's so good.
Dude, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. If our Portillo's had that, I would be there every other day.
The lady at the beer station tried to steal my credit card. She was like, "It's gonna be this," and I went to go hand it to her, and she goes, "You give me that, I'm going to Nike Town." I was like, "What?" She was like, "You tap it over there." And then I saw the thing. I was like, "Oh, my bad." She was like, "I would have taken that right to Nike Town." I don't know what that means. This is my literally one of our first minutes in Chicago.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't even know
was.
what that means.
Yeah, well, just the Nike store.
Yeah, it just ended up being the Nike store.
Yeah.
Josh got the Italian beef, a little wet, correct?
Dude, Italian beef on croissant with some sweet pep. Gas.
Yeah.
It did look good.
So
Josh ordered Rav was last in line, and Josh orders. He goes, "Can I get the Italian beef on croissant?" And Rav just goes, "What?" I think my favorite part about traveling too is just being with Rav. Like
Yeah,
he's
dude.
just like
You
you
get
realize how young Rav is when you travel, and it just makes my day.
I think
Dude,
it's cool
fucking-
because like he's never bitching and he hasn't, I feel like, experienced that much. So everything's just really exciting to
Yeah,
him.
dude. He's a puppy.
Yeah, he's just ready to go.
And he's
I
like,
mean-
"Dude, Josh just got his sandwich on a croissant." He's like, "Dude." And then he's like, "Dude, I need a beer." And I'm like, "Yes, Rav, we will get you a beer, dude."
Hey, dude, we got to the stadium 2 seconds in. A dude goes, "Go Cubs, go" to Rav, and Rav just goes, "Fuck you."
Oh yeah. Can I
Well,
tell this
Yeah,
story?
that was insane. Yeah.
You guys mind if I
Well-
tell the story?
Make sure you add the giggle at the end from the guy.
Gotta.
Okay.
So Rav wears the pirate costume to the game. We're in the car. Keep in mind, I don't know if baseball rivalries even go that deep. Because the kid maybe got chirped like 3 times. And then after the game, everyone just wanted photos of them because they thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So I don't think there was like much of a rivalry like he thought there was going to be where people be like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Yeah,
But I guess Rav was just prepping himself mentally
I think so.
for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was going to be a college football environment. Wasn't. The Saturday June game in Chicago and Wrigleyville. Pirates Cubs.
But it could be better.
Rav, we get out of the Uber. Literally touchdown in Wrigleyville for the game Saturday. Right as we get out of the Uber, we're walking. This old dude is with a buddy and his wife, it looked like.
Mhm.
Maybe had to be late 40s, maybe going into his 50s.
Yeah.
Sees Rav. I see him make eye contact with Rav's outfit because he's walking this way towards us. And he like giggles before he even says anything. Like this little like, and he goes, "Go Cubs." Well, just like that.
Yeah.
Go Cubs. Rav just goes, "No, fuck you." Literally in that tone. And we're
So
walking with
uncalled
him.
for.
We're walking with him. And now I'm cosplaying as a Chicagoan. I feel attacked. And I'm not even the dude. And keep in mind, this guy's probably like born and bred Chicago. There with his buddy and his wife going to a day game. Rav just goes, "No, fuck you." Keeps walking. The guy, you could tell it froze him.
Oh, yeah.
And then all you heard in the distance was, "Wouldn't start that early."
Yeah.
That was just a pure Chicago and just being like, "Hey, brother, you might want to cool that down."
It's a good piece of
After
advice.
these beers start getting into these people, if you hit someone with a "no,
Yeah.
fuck you" in this city, something's happening.
Yeah.
But just the old man advice of like, "Go Cubs." Wouldn't start that this early. I
That's
wouldn't go,
Yeah, I got on. I was like, Rav, dude. Like, I get it, but like, that wasn't even a chirp.
Here's
It was
the-
just like kind of it was very welcoming. Like, hey, like,
You
I like
say it
your
like
bit.
you said it.
Well, who?
Like the guy.
He was like, "Go Cubs," and then Rav's just, "No, fuck you." I was like, "No." I was like, Rav, no, dude.
Also, I
I'm not
told
in
him.
a fight today. It's
I
just not-
told him before, like people aren't gonna like chirp you that much. Like people are gonna think it's funny. Like like Cubs fans aren't really like that, unless like maybe like we're playing the Cardinals, they might chirp, but not the Pirates. Not when a dude's wearing a fucking pirate outfit at the game.
Yeah, Rav just came in like on 10, like ready to go. Like,
Yeah,
You could just tell that like that guy understood Rav wore that because he wanted people to say stuff to him, because you don't wear a pirate costume to a baseball game
right. You're
unless you
asking
want
for
people
it.
to be like playing around with you and being funny.
Yeah.
And the guy was just the first guy that saw Rav and was just like, "Go Cubs." Like basically giving Rav what Rav wanted, but not in the aggressive way that I think Rav thought it was going to be. But Rav had already turned up the demon to 20%.
Dude, the minute he shut that Uber door, it was on.
Literally might as well done that, dude. Just got ready.
You can tell
fuck
Rap
them
felt
off.
so bad though right after.
Game
too.
time.
When you guys were when Lauren was like, Rap, you don't have to do it. He felt so bad. And he's like, shit.
Well, dude, I kept ripping him. Then he was like, "Wait, what happened, Mike?" I was like, "Dude, Rap, you just need to know, like, that was just one of the most
Like, one
uncool
more
things."
time, I don't know what happened.
Just in my head, it was like that was one of the most uncool things I've ever been a part of. Just like an old dude with his wife, just being like, "Go Cubs!"
Yeah.
It's like, "Fuck you."
Now, chat, if y'all were there, you would understand, like yes, W, Rap for standing on business, but it wasn't like
There was no business.
Yeah, there was no time. It wasn't the time to be standing on business. The guy was just being nice, and Rap's just like, no, fuck you.
Also,
like,
keep in mind, we're
a
2
nice
hours.
fella.
We were there 2 hours before first pitch.
Yeah.
Like nobody's has even cracked a beer yet. It was like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
That was 3 hours.
No one's in the
Literally 10
mood.
a.m.
No one's in the mood yet. It was still chilly. I was bitching at Josh. I was like, "Oh, hashtag Chicago summer, huh, Josh?"
Yeah.
Freezing my ass off. Ended
And
up
then-
getting sunburned.
Yeah, first pitch, literally perfect weather. Perfect.
Yeah, maybe Rap heard a different tone. I don't know.
He definitely didn't, because once we started getting on him, you could tell he was kind of like,
Yeah, he did kind of feel bad.
no, but I was bitching at Josh the whole trip. They're like,
Sure.
hashtag Chicago summer, huh, Josh? And
Well,
then,
we-
of course, we get there. It's like, all we want is the over. Ends up being a 2-1 game. I'm going to be honest, though. If you asked me what the score
Yeah.
was, I would have said 11-12. That's how fun it was.
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
Like, it might as well have been 11-12 extra innings. It was 2-1. Couldn't have been over quicker.
It was
The wind was blowing right in.
right.
Right in. I think my favorite quote of the weekend, and then we'll move on to what happened in sports because there's a lot that happened. Was Josh. We get in the Uber, everyone's got their Cubs gear on, Ravs and his Pirates gear. We're driving down the stadium. We have like might as well have been a 5-hour drive to the stadium, how south we were. And we were like ragging on Rav a little bit. Josh is like, "Yeah, you gonna say, hey, Rav, you gonna hang the jolly?" No, find the W.
No time.
He answered his own question before
No.
Rav could even get his mouth open.
We kept on saying fly the jolly. You're gonna fly the jolly? No. We're flying the
No, find the W. I feel like it's a great trip. Really good time. Love Chicago. Would go back again. We'll be back again for the PLL.
Yeah, 3 weeks or whatever. We'll be there.
We'll be back again. for
I'm
the
excited. This is like one of the first days. I'm like, I can't wait to go back.
PLL. I know, me too.
We'll be there like 4 days.
And
Josh, what was your favorite moment before we move on? Your city.
favorite moment from my city?
Chili's Big Papi at dish.
mhm,
Chili's is big.
mhm. I mean, I had a great time at Sluggers the
Mhm.
day before the game. Was that
Well, it
Friday?
was just fun day before.
So fun.
That was so fun. I had a
Thought it
great
was just fun day before.
And Wrigley was like perfect that day too because the game ended and like we got there like 2 hours after it ended. So like there was still a bunch of people there, but like it wasn't like mega packed like after the game, like right after the game.
Yep.
Like perfect. Yeah, probably that.
I will say one of the funnier things too was the day before the game when we were at Sluggers doing the hitting bit.
Mm-hmm.
Some kid recognized me. It was like the only kid that whole day that did. And he's like, "Yeah, are you?"
Yeah.
Everyone thinks my name is Mikey Betts. I don't know where. Mikey Picks, Mikey Betts. Like, I don't know in what fucking social media world anyone lives in
Dude, in the plane,
where
I
my
was
fucking name is
geeking.
Mikey Betts. Like, that's just, it has never been even close to that. If you found me on Instagram, it doesn't even say Mikey. It's a
Yeah.
Michael J. Like, but the Mikey Betts, it actually drives me up a fucking wall
Yeah. It's,
because it's just not my name. Kid is like, "Yep, you Mikey Betts." He's like, "Yep, what's going on? First time in Chicago, like doing all this bit." Talking to me about it. He was like, "Yeah, they normally have 80 mile per hour, but the machine's broken, so it's just softballs today." And I was like, "Man, that's a bummer." And then just out of nowhere, he just goes, "Dude, you fucking suck at betting." And it was one of those where like it's been said before. It's one of those where every time it happens, it hits you, and you either like roll with the punches really well, or you just like bitch out.
yeah.
And I always try to roll with the punches really well. I'm like, "Dude, it's never been worse." And then tried to run it back with "But I've never faded you before, though." And I was like, "Then why'd you even take my head off like that?"
Yeah, that was insane.
I was being so nice, just head blown off.
I think I kind of heard that. And he like let out like some giggles
Yeah.
after, and you were just kind of like,
It's like, dude, what the bot? Like, I'm definitely not great at it, but you know, it's It's like me going into like a bank in Wall Street, just being like, dude, you fucking suck at your job. They'd be like, what the fuck? But that was tough. That was tough.
Okay.
I think he meant
Blew my head clean
well.
off.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he was trying to be funny and like meant well and just didn't.
Yeah, probably.
No, for sure. I mean, they always are. I mean, I didn't actually act like a dick. I just laughed and I was like,
giggling at that though. Like, haha, you suck. It's like,
yeah, you're just like telling me I suck. Just got to be like, yeah, yep.
haha.
I'm always just like, oh yeah, dude, you should.
It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny to me. Like I saw you talking to the guy, but didn't know it was being said. And then you telling me after, just funny, like picturing him. He was like whispering in your ear, kind of like he was like in your ear because it was so loud in the bar.
It's so loud. Just get this delivered right into your
You're
ear.
actually ass.
Dude, you fucking suck. I bet it. All right, right on. Leaned into that one. It's literally like leaning in and then having the pitcher take your head off. It's like, oh, all right, leaned into that one.
That made it a little funnier for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, little does that guy know. I literally paid the national debt with the coin toss whales.
That's true.
Fucking. Also, Sonny being like, coin toss, can't wait for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
Sonny might be coin toss's #1 fan. I'm here for it.
Loading. We're gonna
Dude,
have to get on the show.
Dude, I didn't know Snowman was fucking prime
The
Shaq.
Snowman is
He's like
literally 7 foot tall.
Yeah, can we talk about the fact that you could probably drop Snowman in a WNBA game and he'd average 20 and 20?
Literally.
A fucking unit of a man. I literally had to do that.
Dude, I've never felt so small in my life.
And I'm not very tall,
Yeah.
but when I got to do one of those, you're up there.
Yeah.
Snowman just
I was in one of these.
engulfed my hand in his hand. I was like, wow, Snowman, you made me feel little. I felt a little in that bar meeting Snowman.
That's a great name for him. It like totally checks out. Like Snowman. He just reminds me of like a abominable snowman.
He's big, just
Big.
tall.
Just tall, dude.
Tough nickname to have out in public though. People screaming at you. We were yelling Snowman to him.
Yeah, they probably think he just
Got the
deals
snow.
blow. Like this guy got the blow. I was like, no, dude. It's our Snowman, dude. But no, it was awesome, dude, just being out. Seeing all you guys. That was super, super, super fun. Wrigleyville was unbelievably awesome. Great trip.
Great trip.
I'm actually really excited for the vlog.
Yeah.
I did we did a college football tour. There was not one weekend I came home excited for the video that was going to come out. Leaving Chicago, the only thing I think about is that vlog is going to be so funny to watch back.
Yeah, I think so.
Of like trying to make that beer snake, and like there was a rival beer snake,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like trying to get everyone involved and like get like creating a community in our bleachers of being like every empty cup you got,
Mhm.
and then just having like the entire bleachers buy in and like having cups passed to us all around.
Yeah.
The gross part was just being covered by other people's beer. Once the snake was over your shoulder, you start getting the residuals.
Yeah,
That was
I had a
fucking
lot.
gnarly.
I had a lot of juices
Correct.
on me.
Rav was
Yeah,
literally
showers.
around the bleachers, just asking for cups, just running around the bleachers.
Yeah, Rav was literally little boy status, just sprinting around, being like, I need your cup. But it was awesome, dude. It was so much fun. I can't wait
Did
for you
you
guys to
see
see
any
it.
of my like Megatron grabs?
Dude,
Dude, I was snagging
well, so the
cups.
funny part is, dude, I'm sitting next to Lauren and I'm holding the snake. And Lauren's like calling for cups. And the one thing that I will say was really cool about the security, I think we got it on camera, so I don't want to spoil everything about the vlog, but they were basically like, saw what we were doing. And we're like, hey, just want you to know, you can do what you're doing. There's a couple rules though.
Yeah.
One of them was, I'm not going to tell you guys the other rules. One of them was no one throwing cups. The minute people start throwing cups,
Yeah.
we're taking away the snake.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. We're trying to like express that to the stadium, but the people at the top
They just
have
weren't.
also been drinking and they just want their cups involved.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting next to Lauren, and Lauren just literally sitting there like Megatron at the jug machine, being like, don't throw it. Stop throwing them. Just like nailing cups. You're just being like, don't throw it. But then just like snagging the ones that get thrown. It was like so fucking fun. It was literally just on the jugs machine, being like, stop throwing them. Didn't drop a single one though. And I'm just like holding the snake, just like, oh my fucking Lord.
Yeah, that was
Some
good grabs there.
No, but it was really fun. I can't wait for you guys to see that vlog.
Dude, I felt like a lifelong Cubs fan there. Like it was weird. Like I felt like one with them.
I did feel enveloped.
Like I didn't feel like an invader. Like normally when I go watch a game, I'm like, I don't give two fucks
Yep.
about this place, whatever. There, I was like, dude, like this is, I get it.
I felt enveloped.
Yeah.
A welcoming environment, which is a great time. Everyone's there.
It was welcoming. That's a great. Chicago
Yeah,
was
so
welcoming.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
York is not welcoming.
Dude,
No, it's
Rangers
not.
fans, we just don't get that. It's really just, was it wine and cheese fans? Like it's just kind of like, woo. Like that's all you get. No one's like really going ballistic out there.
I feel like people went to Wrigleyville as fans. People go to the Ranger Stadium as an activity.
No, there's good fan. They're just not rowdy. We don't have that rowdy fan base.
Like, dude, chanting right field sucks. Electric.
Yeah, that was
so
I was over there
fun.
right field sucks.
That was the
No
loudest
beef
I yelled
whatsoever.
all game. I was yelling at O'Neal Cruz, like, first time played in front of a sold out stadium, huh, O'Neal? We were busting, dude. It was so much fun.
Busted.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dansby homer, though, I don't want to keep talking about it, but you don't get
No,
those
that was
very
insane.
often,
That was
dude.
an insane
You
call.
don't get those very often.
I was very
dude.
happy for you.
I want to I wish I was like at Trent's level where like I could like DM him or I could have like tweeted something and he would have saw it because I just want him to know how much that meant that I got one in person.
You could still try.
And it was the only homer the Cubs hit.
Yep.
So good. All right, but let's talk about what happened in sports this weekend because a lot happened. Hopefully you guys liked our little Chicago recap, but actually almost too much shit happened this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, let's start with the first one. We're already in the baseball mind. Someone's going to have to break this trade down for me because obviously I don't know baseball. I don't really know the players that they traded for him. I don't know why this was such a big deal, but I saw everyone was freaking out. Rafael Devers gets dealt to the San Francisco Giants after they
Insane.
swept the Yankees.
Yeah.
Can either of you explain the trade to me in NBA terms or NFL terms?
I mean, it's almost like a Luka level trade. Like that
Well,
kind
did
of
they
shot.
get back like an Anthony Davis? Like, I don't even know.
No, honestly, no. And it is insane because, well, it's just crazy because yesterday he went yard. They just swept the Yankees. It felt like they've been getting all this momentum. They finally have momentum. He's by far the best hitter on the team. I think this is one of his best offensive seasons he's had in a while. And then basically just booted him for young prospects, I guess, but pitchers that aren't really like proven yet.
Everyone kept saying a bag of chips.
But it's just like you don't trade your guy like that. You don't trade that's like where the Luka comparison comes from. Like that's your guy. Like you don't trade your guy.
Was he like loved in the city of Boston? Like I really don't know
Yeah,
baseball. I'm
dude.
being serious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
he
it
just
been like trading Big Poppy back in the day?
no, not that big.
No, probably not that.
It's just because he signed. They wanted to get rid of him because he just signed which I don't know why teams do this. They sign guys to 10-year contracts for $300+ million, and they want to get rid of him. But that's what it was. I think it was more just like no one really wanted that contract, so like you're not going to get much in return for him. It'd be like a team trading. I'm not going to say he's as bad as this guy right now, but like a team trading like Paul George right now, where like the contract's just bad, so like you're not going to get that much in return for him. You're going to get like nothing back.
But why even deal it?
I don't know. That I don't get.
And I saw a tweet. Obviously, everything that I consume about this is through Twitter. So I see like the Red Sox fans being like, wow, we really just traded Rafael Devers for a bag of chips. And then I see that like, I guess he's a third baseman, but they asked him to play a different position this year. And then they traded him to a team that just signed a third baseman for 10 years. So they think it was like a spiteful thing. Is any of that true?
I do not know about that. Well, I know about him beefing about playing third base. I know that, but I don't know about him getting traded to a team out of spite.
Yeah, but I felt like he obviously was playing DH for him and was doing his job. You want me to be a DH? I'm gonna be the fucking best DH. Like he's had an insane season. Just it doesn't make sense to me. Even if you don't want why do you not want the contract? I don't understand. You have a really good team right now.
And I guess like,
But like what they got back just didn't make sense to me. Like I guess if your goal is to dump that contract, okay, like you did that, but like what the fuck who did you just get? Kyle Harrison, I think he's gonna be pretty good. The other guys though, I'm like, okay.
Was it Luka level in the baseball community where no one really knew was coming, or were there murmurs that maybe Devers was going to get moved?
No, there were murmurs that he was going to get moved for sure. I guess I would assume that the way that the Red Sox are looking at it is they just got Bregman and they don't want to DH for $35-40 million a year for 10 years. They'd rather have a dude that can play both sides and like pay that dude a lot of money. I don't know. I would assume that's what it is.
That makes sense, I guess. I don't know. So this is how my baseball brain works. I pay attention for the first 2 weeks, and then when big things happen, I try to jump back in. So I remember the first 2 weeks, everyone being like, Rafael Devers having one of the worst seasons of all time. He started like 0-11 or something. And then he got traded. I was like, I'd probably trade him too, because my baseball brain is still in the first week of baseball where Christian Campbell looked like Babe Ruth. So that's like where my baseball brain is at. But I guess this was a big move.
Oh, this was
Yeah, for sure.
huge.
Big
Like
move for-
Red Sox fans are in shambles right now.
They're
Yeah.
big Devers guys, but he's not even the coolest guy.
It's not about the coolest. He's the best hitter. He's the guy.
He might be the coolest.
Yeah, getting rid of Dansby.
I mean,
We're gonna get rid of Dansby.
Don't get rid of Dansby, dude.
We're not getting rid of anyone.
It's just, honestly, I mean, I'm just gonna keep talking about it. It's nice to also have that jersey and be like, you know what, I bought this. He fucking 1 yard.
You can
I'm gonna tell that to everyone. If my kids try to wear it to school one day, I'm gonna be like, dude, you wear this shit with pride. If you lose, you're gonna stain on it. You are dead to me. He hit a homer when I was wearing it. Like it's his jersey. He hit a homer in this.
Yeah, literally. You should hang that next to that Predators jersey. What's that guy's name?
Tommy Novak.
Yeah, Tommy Novak.
oh yeah, dude, you did get that too.
I've
Same
gotten
kind
that
of same
twice.
level of craziness,
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
I've gotten that twice with Tommy Novak now. One in Dallas, one in Nashville.
That's
He can't stop scoring when I go to games.
can't. Literally can't.
Dude.
On the other side, a massive trade. Desmond Bain gets dealt to the Orlando Magic in a move that I know Rav, Lauren, and I were talking about it when it happened. Now that I look at that roster, dude, this Magic team is. I feel like Desmond Bain is going to be gross on that team. Like, I feel like the Magic were just missing that third or second score.
Yeah.
That was just a sharpshooter. It felt like in the playoffs, it came down to Franz and Paolo and not much
They just
else
haven't had
after that.
a really good guard in a while.
Yeah.
You know.
And I feel like with Jalen Suggs being fully healthy next year, that starting five is going to be one of the best in the East in terms of like they're going to be able to age together too. Like Desmond Bain isn't old. So you're getting a really good guy that we've seen him drop 35, 40 points. We've seen him shoot 8 for 10 from 3 in games that now can potentially age with this Magic team.
Mhm.
I think is going to be really, really, really good. I also think his name is so funny. Did you see his nickname?
3 Rex.
3 Rex.
3 Rex.
He wears number 3 and he's got those little tiny baby arms like a T-Rex, the 3 Rex. I think that's an unbelievable trade, but it's just funny when you look at the MLB market, trade market versus the NBA. I also don't, having been a part of franchise, I traded a lot of first round picks for a guy that's probably not worth it. I don't understand how Desmond Bain is worth 5 firsts.
It makes no sense.
Like, give me a
That
break,
made
dude.
no sense.
In my head, first round picks used to be like if you're getting Paul Pierce away from the Celtics, if you're getting Luka away from the Mavs, if you're getting Ja from
that's
the
why
Grizzlies.
It reminded me of just like how pissed off I am about that Luka trade. They didn't even get that.
Nothing.
Didn't even get that.
Nothing.
You got a fucking broken AD and then Max Christie.
But I think what it does tell me about first round picks is I think the NBA is realizing because of what they've done in terms of prioritizing projects over proven talent, which I feel like back in the day, NBA guys that were drafted really young were drafted because they proved they were going to be that good. When you think about like the Kobe's, the KG's, the Dwight Howards, the LeBrons that didn't go to college, but got drafted really, really young. I think it's now kind of telling you like there really aren't a lot of first 10 picks in the NBA that come in and change your franchise immediately. Like it's always a 5-year project. Like if you draft Ace Bailey, that's really worth nothing in the next 5 years for you right now. So I'm saying like if you're the Magic and you go, we give away 5 first round picks, don't really have to give up much talent other than Cole Anthony. We don't need him. We're already deep at the point guard position. And we get a really proven shooter in Desmond Bain. Like we're trying to win a championship in 5 years. None of those rookies are going to move our needle for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Unless you're the Mavs where you kind of get lucky, where you get a Cooper Flag with a team that's old, where he might have a really great effect. But I don't think you're seeing a lot of top 10 first round draft picks really move the needle year one. Am I wrong in that?
No, you're definitely not wrong in that. There's probably 1 or 2 max.
Because they're all so young now. All these kids are one and done. You're drafting an 18-year-old, but it's not the 18-year-olds back in the day where you were the face of America and then got
Unless
drafted.
it's like a European phenom. Those are
Like-
the guys that normally come right in.
It's 18-year-olds that they go, okay, they scored at a really high level in college, but we need to develop every other tool, and then you draft them.
It seems like the NBA is more on the eye test now and not on just like the actual play on the floor. Like
100%.
does this guy look like he can get to his spot at will and score? Like if he's just missing shots, because like I feel like if you find a guy it's harder to find a guy that's 6'10" and athletic than a dude that can shoot the ball. You know what I mean? So,
and I feel like I don't even like who are the top 5 last year. I'm trying to think right now.
Dude, last year was horrible.
But I'm saying, like, unless you, so obviously everyone's going to be like, what are you told? That doesn't make sense. Obviously, there's generational talents. Wembanyama is a generational talent. That's one that changes your franchise day one. Like, those are really valuable picks. But when you're the Knicks right now, obviously giving up 5 for Mikal Bridges is really dumb, but not having to give up any players and go, okay, 5 first-round picks get Mikal Bridges. Any rookie that we draft in the next 5 years is not going to move our needle as much as Jalen Brunson, as Karl Anthony Towns, as any of these guys. Like, they're not going to walk in and be better than them day one. And we're trying to win a championship in the next 5 years. And I feel like a spot where you want picks is like the Bulls with Josh, where like you can take that 5 years and grow kids like with Bazelis and with Lonzo Balls. Like, you can grow those guys for 5 years and then go, okay, our championship window is going to start in 4 to 5 years when this kid's in his prime. So like, I do understand the Magic going, this is kind of a win now move.
Yeah,
these picks
100%.
are useless to us because our championship window is going to start next year for the next 5. Like, a rookie that we draft isn't going to move our needle as much as Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
So those 5 picks are like, I've started to get to the point where it's like in the NBA, like if we're trading first round
If
picks,
you're the Grizzlies, you want that. You know where you're at.
100%. Because now I think that's also the Grizzlies saying this core was never going to win it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's
moving
just,
on.
I think the NBA, it's just if you're in the playoffs, first round picks don't matter to you. Like,
I agree.
because if you're outside the top 15, like, you're getting somebody that's shit, and like that might hit at a 5% clip. Like, someone like actually being a legit starter in the NBA. I would love to know like the percentages on that. Like, someone outside the lottery, like how many times they're an actual legit starter.
Dude, and not to mention as well, once you hit the playoffs, those first round picks, dude, they're basically fucking useless. It is a totally another level. So it's like, okay, do we want a first round pick if you're the Magic, do we want our first round pick to be the guy that's coming off the bench on this Magic team in the playoffs when we're playing Giannis and the Bucks, or the Knicks and Jalen Brunson? Or do we want Desmond Bane, who's been there before? Like, that kid is useless for at least 3 years in the playoffs. Like, regular season, yeah, go get yours. Ace Bailey in the playoffs is useless. It's a totally another level. It's a complete other level in the playoffs. Like, there's no rookie that really can do it in the playoffs consistently that, like, if you're the Magic, you go, okay, he's better than Desmond Bane.
Well, I think the main thing is just like, again, like if you're in a win now spot, you want like experienced vets, a guy who's already proven.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you're not trying to gamble on like
TJ McConnell would eat Ace Bailey alive in a playoff series.
Maybe.
And I think that's like the reality of the playoffs in the NBA. And
we don't know yet is the thing.
These first round picks. But I think you're seeing it though. Like, even the Spurs, you draft a generational talent like Wembanyama, their window is just starting to open 2 years later now to be like championship caliber. And he was a guy that you'd go, that's an absolute franchise.
I feel like you could say Benedict Mathurin was a good comparison to Ace Bailey, and Benedict Mathurin's in like his third, 4th year, and he's finally just starting to like kind of break into the lineup and like actually make effects on the game. So like,
dude, 100%. I mean, you look at the team that did the rebuild the best, the Thunder. They started their championship window 6 years ago when they traded everybody for picks, and now they're finally getting to the point where all those picks have gotten old enough to where it's like, okay, now we can finally play. Like, now we can finally play. So I am now understanding the state of first round picks and playoff teams because they're useless. Like, they don't matter. Yeah. The most value you have of them is before the player is drafted.
The only time that they actually matter is like if you're a team like the Bulls right now and you trade your future for like a star right now, like a guy that's already a star. And then it's like, okay, if this doesn't work out, then we're fucked forever. Because
100%.
We have no young guys that we can like bring into the building. Like, that's the only time that it actually matters, I think. Is when
and like when you're the Magic trading those picks, like, you're able to give up 5 and get Desmond Bane and really not to have to give up anything more than just Cole Anthony, because those picks are the most valuable before the player's picked. So it's like Cole Anthony, or let's just say, for example, like, let's say when we're trading for Mikal Bridges, like, that pick a year prior would have been like Ariel Huck-Porty. So it's like, you give away 5 of those, you get a playoff guy that moves your team in the positive direction in the playoffs, and Mikal Bridges, and give away literally, I think the Knicks Twitter was clowning the Brooklyn Nets Twitter, because it's like, yeah, they're scouting middle school players right now for those picks, and we're making playoff runs. So I think it's just like, I understand now in the NBA, and it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
The only team I'd be pissed off is on the Mavs. It keeps going from bad to worse. Like that trade just by the day gets worse. By the day, it gets worse.
But them probably getting Cooper Flag does kind of, they somehow squeaked out of that.
Well, I think that was just had to be.
It was part of the deal.
They had to be. Snowman Sports, shout out. I want to read this. Trading first round picks are high risk, high reward because if you consolidate them to a star and make the playoffs every year and get a bottom 10 pick, those picks are worthless. But if that star doesn't pan out and you swing and miss, you've double fucked yourself giving up the assets. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're the Magic, you might as well take that swing right now with a guy like Desmond Bane and go, our main 1-1 is Paolo. So now we build around Paolo. You probably go our 2-2 right now is Franz. He averages 20. Now we need a really good guard for that 3-piece.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Desmond Bane, who's never going to want to be the guy.
Yeah.
Because you already have your guy in Paolo. Like you give Paolo another 2 years, he might be the best forward in the East.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think trades like that where you're kind of hedging your future a little bit. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the move at all for the Magic because I think they're going to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
The only question I have about that trade is the player that they mortgage the future on. Like, I just don't know if Desmond Bane is the guy that's going to get them over the hump with how young this team is. I still think that this team's like, I still think Paolo is like, I think he's amazing. He's going to be amazing. But like, I still think that he's like 3 years away from like actually being able to carry a team through the playoffs. And I feel like Bane might be worthless at that point.
I don't know, because a guy like Bane ages like wine. It's like a Ray Allen. Like, no matter how old they are in the corner, you bang it.
They see something in him for sure. Giving all that up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like them giving up Cole Anthony was pretty crazy to me.
I don't disagree with you though, Josh, because I do think Paolo's a couple years away still.
Yeah.
But I think Bane he just reminds me, I mean, I don't think he'll ever reach that level, and it might be a disrespectful comparison, but just in terms of pure shooting ability, it's like a Ray Allen where he's useful till he's like literally 38 years old. Because it's like as you get older, you just become a spot shooter. And it's like, all right, just get in the corner, like a Danny Green almost. I think he's better than Danny Green, but when Danny Green was winning 3 rings, all they were was like, yo, just sit in the fucking corner.
Yeah.
So I think with a guy like Bane,
I mean, definitely going to make them better. They didn't get worse from this trade. They became a better team. I just don't know if it actually like brings them to like that legit next level. Like, could they? I wouldn't trust the Magic still go. Like, I wouldn't trust them to go beat the Knicks because they got Desmond Bane. Like that, they wouldn't.
They were really good before. Like their whole team was pretty much hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of guys hurt.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I'll say is I agree. I don't think they got worse. The only way that team gets better is if Paolo keeps taking steps. If he stagnates, that trade is useless. I agree, because you didn't trade Desmond Bane to make him the face. You traded him because you're going, okay, Paolo, you need to get better every year. And now we're going to give pieces around you that are going to make it a little bit easier to get better every year. But unless Paolo can like actually take steps every single year, I agree, then that trade is just worthless.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love the Magic though. Like, I love their team, love their players too. So like, I'm excited for them. I think it'll be. I mean, they definitely got better. They for sure got better. It's just how much better did they get? That's the question.
I don't disagree. Yeah. And speaking of how much better, how much worse teams got, we had another weekend in the PLL. How about it?
Yeah, how about it?
Went 3-1. It's just as easy as taking the +1.5s now. I've realized when I have Krabs on here on Thursday, like it's really just taking +1.5s. I'm done betting like an idiot. You would have went 4-0 if you took every +1.5 this weekend in the PLL. The Water Dogs, shout out the BTL squad ride. Hit Nuke Whale on Friday. That was free as ma. Michael Sowers looks fucking incredible. He looks
shout out the Outlaws.
incredible. Then the Redwoods covered +1.5 in insane fashion as well. Printed money with that one. Friday, I was in my bag.
Yeah.
I was like PLL in my bag. Saturday, shit nuke the Atlas. It's ended the game allowing the other team to go on an 8-0 run. Ended the game not scoring a goal and 8 unanswered.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, I don't know what's wrong with this team at this point. The fact that offense can't save us from games and that defense seems incapable of closing games, it's just not clicking in my head what's wrong. And I genuinely can't figure it out. Because, 8 answered is really bad from a defensive perspective. But the fact that our offense can't score.
Who is your offense? Who's like your attack?
Jeff Teat, Connor Schellenberger, Xander Dixon,
Yeah, you would think.
Brian Constable. with the MVP last year.
Literally,
Like, I just don't understand with that offense how you are not scoring and allowing 8 unanswered. That's where it's just, I just am not understanding. I don't get what the problem is now at this point, because the offense should be able to carry when that's happening. And the defense should be able to close. 8 unanswered is like embarrassing. That's embarrassing for this team.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the solution is. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's maybe the boys aren't getting along. I mean, you see the Redwoods play every weekend. They seem like they're best buds. Chris Kavanaugh should have been the number 1 overall pick.
Is your 5.5 chalked or?
Dude, it could be. 1 and 2 is not a good start. I think I can only lose 1 more game.
Shit, really?
I think so. Like 5.5 is like 6 wins in the PLL is not easy. I think you play 10 games.
So 6 and 4, so you can lose 2.
So I can lose 2 more, but I don't want to be 1 and 4.
I mean, I'm just saying 2 more in general. You don't want to lose the next 2. That would suck.
Yeah, that would suck, dude. And then the Outlaws plus 1.5 was a max Saturday. You just fade the team on the back-to-back with the Water Dogs, and the Outlaws look, I mean, of course, the one weekend I don't make a whole graphic, don't make a whole bit about them. They come out and just melt off the Philadelphia Water Dogs face. But dude, it's funny. Like, obviously I'm going to be a New York Atlas fan. If I could repick my fandom right now, just give me a team with the Kavanaugh brother. Like, they're going to be the most successful. It's like if LeBron had fucking 4 brothers. It's as easy as drafting Kentucky guards. You just draft a Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be a Redwoods fan or I'd be an Outlaws fan right now. If you're getting into the sport, pick one of those two teams. You'll be fine for the next 5 years. Like, I just don't understand what's happening with the Atlas. I don't really get it. It's actually starting to get frustrating as a fan, because it'd be nice if I could look to a sport like the PLL and be getting one sneakily. If I could just get a PLL chip sneakily and be like, have one in my back pocket, that'd be fucking sick. But it's like, I don't understand what's going on with them. I don't understand what's going on with them.
Talk about sneakily getting one for their city. I believe Krabs got a championship this weekend.
Krabs did get a championship with the DC Defenders of the UFL.
Oh, I didn't even know that was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got a ring.
It went on so behind the scenes that it ended yesterday.
Yeah.
Quick.
DC Defenders won the UFL. Shout out Krabs.
Dude, that game, I watched a little bit of it. Electric. It was like, I think it was like 58-39 or something. Just the only way you'd want the UFL championship to go.
But that's how week 1 on ESPN should have went. The over.
Yeah, we should have just known. Just flip it.
Flip it to championship.
Yep, exactly.
Ron, tell me what's wrong with the Atlas, brother. I'm at a loss of words for him, bro. I'm at a loss of words for him, brother. The UFL felt like it was 3 weeks.
It's I think it's like
1 game.
I think it's like 10 weeks or something.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was like more like in the middle of the summer. I didn't know it was just in
Same.
June.
I think that's the CFL.
The CFL just is like week 2 now, or week 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably what it is.
And then we got the fan controlled league. That feels like a complete miss. Is that still going on?
I was gonna say, I don't even know if they do that. I don't know.
But yeah, of course, I'm like sitting there Saturday, Cubs having a great time. Check my phone. Atlas just melting down. 8-0 collapse. Like, you just can't.
Not good.
You just can't have that happen, dude. But I'm feeling like now I'm dialed in. I'm now dialed in on betting the PLL. Like, I'm starting to understand it. Defense played awful. Danny Logan hurt. Still kills the defense. Jeff Teed has to be better. I agree, Ron. That's the 1s and 2s. But I'm starting to dial in on betting the PLL now, and you got to bet fucking gross, because even if you think a team is moose shit, everyone is actually pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So take the plus 1.5s, take the short dogs, pick the gross overs. Like, PLL is honestly a wet dream for a guy like Krabs. Like, it's actually a wet dream for a guy like Krabs. Like, you could bet gross all year and have the best year betting you've had. And I challenge everybody to get into the PLL betting this summer with us and just like bet as gross as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Take Jeff T less than points. Kieran McCardle's worst square of year. I apologize.
Take everything that doesn't make sense.
Michael Sowers 1.5 goals after scoring 1 last week.
Yeah.
Fucking banged 2 in the first game.
How's our go well looking?
The Go Well's actually looking unbelievable, dude. This kid McAdory on the Redwoods, the rookie, Dude, he's like almost halfway to his point total because it was 20 and he's had like 2 points a game.
Give me a break.
Dude, he's busting. And then Brendan O'Neill's like, he's averaging, I think, 3 to 4 points. So he's also on pace.
Yeah, he's a
That's
dog.
yeah.
He's a dog.
Yeah, dude, Mikadori's already halfway there.
That's insane.
And shout out Mac O'Keefe for just murdering slips. Got married, can't play lacrosse anymore. Shout out. Took his goals again.
Dude,
Why do you
yeah,
keep
O'Neal
taking?
shot it.
It's funny because I'm gonna have to like potentially see some of these players and just fuck them, dude. It's your job. Do your job better. You do my job better, you know? Fuck 'em. Do you imagine I went to a PLL player? It's like, dude, you fucking suck at your job. Do you imagine how mad they'd get? A guy like me, though, you can just say that to me at Sluggers. Walk away, just nothing happening to you. I mean, not that I don't have the body to do anything to him either. But be honestly, a great weekend in the PLL. I'm actually amped to bet it next weekend now that I feel like I've found my rhythm of taking wagers that I need to take to win. Bets is what it feels like. And now I feel like now that they have SOGs, I'm starting to dial in now on like you got to take the gross squares, you got to take the gross guys because the GOAT's not doing their job right now other than Michael Sowers. So I'm gonna hit some bets. I'm gonna do my job better. JJ Spawn secures victory in the US Open with a 65-foot birdie putt. But my favorite clip from the entire US Open was how about Bobby Mack backstage just clapping it up for him. Lost the US Open on an insane birdie putt from JJ Spawn. They cut to him at the clubhouse. Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
The sad thing for Bobby Mack is that putt didn't matter. Victor Hovland fucking won the U.S. Open for J.J. Spawn when he hit his ball literally a foot behind his on a 65-foot putt. Like, Hovland literally put it right behind him. So, Spawn got the exact speed and read that he needed, like, before that. It was, even if he didn't make that, that was an easy two-putt for him. Robbie, I think, knew that it was over before that. That's why he had some good sportsmanship. He knew it was done.
I also just absolutely loved that the course just dominated these guys.
Oh, yeah, killed them.
There's nothing better than when you watch a sport that these guys make look so easy and then just one weekend it catches them and you realize how good they are at their sport and you go, wow, it's kind of nice to see them playing like I play, where it's just you're in the rough, just shitting down your leg. Also, I mean, the conditions were moose shit. The rain, puddles, like I saw one guy said that this is where, like, I forget what the golfer's name was, hit his ball out of the rough and it was literally just the divot he took out immediately filled with water. It was basically just a pond. Like he's hitting out of a pond.
It was Sam Burns. Yeah. That was in the 11th hole, I believe. He was in the lead and he had a rules official come over and asked him if he can get relief from it because there was clearly a puddle and he said no. And then he asked for a second opinion, got the second opinion. The guy said no. And then he took a shot and you can literally see like a fountain of water come up off the ground. I don't think it was.
That one seemed a little unfair. I like when the course plays hard and the course battles the boys, but that one seemed a little unfair. I don't know how you don't give him relief there. It was one of those where you literally step on the ground and the grass goes like this.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the water like pooling up. It was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But it was sick.
Good. I saw some good TikToks like recreating that moment. They were good.
It was sick though, dude. Just watching the course battle the boys, and then JJ Spawn wins on Father's Day with his 2 daughters in attendance.
Cool.
Had to stay up the night before till 2 a.m. because his one daughter was thrown up.
Yeah.
Then went out and won the U.S. Open on Father's Day. How about it, dude?
How about it? Dude, he also almost won the Players early this year in the playoff. I don't know if you remember that. Like, they had to play it the next day, and he played it against Rory in the playoff, and Rory just destroyed him. Like, he had no chance. And JJ was like, yeah, like, after the Players, like, yeah, like, if this was the end for me, I'd be okay with, like, not winning anymore. Like, I've done my job. I have a beautiful family. Then he fucking wins the U.S. Open.
Iconic.
And he just made the Ryder Cup team, dude, with that win. He's on the Ryder Cup team for sure.
That is so sick.
Yeah. So.
And the funniest moment about the entire U.S. Open is some random guy on Twitter going, damn, just checked my phone, thought Jovan won the U.S. Open.
It looked just like him.
That picture did look a lot like him.
I literally responded to the tweet. I go, has to be.
It's just the beard, dude. The beard is exactly the same.
The beard is exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me out, dude. But then I was like, it has to be.
It definitely
That's
is.
got to be.
I don't think it has to be. I think that was just a really good comp.
Literally, Jovan won the U.S. Open. I can't believe Jovan just took the sticks out, won the U.S. Open. Such a sharp play, too, just picking Jovan to win the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I think Jovan knew too. He was laughing at it.
I wonder if
That
Jovan saw the
picture's
photo and was like, wait, what? I wonder if he thought if
Like,
he
what
got
is that?
Sentel. He was
A
like,
little
oh.
sass meme, though.
Yeah, he's like, did I just win the U.S. Open? Jovan said, wait, Father's Day? I just won the U.S. Open?
I don't want to go to the Ryder Cup.
I don't want to go to the Ryder Cup. Don't even go to the Ryder Cup.
Fun fact: I took Adam Scott plus 220 yesterday to win the U.S. Open when he was like on 13 or 14.
Yep.
He finished the tournament 9 over, and I believe he was even par when I placed my wager.
We gave out 5 golfers. I don't think any of them made the cut.
No, Keegan Bradley made the cut.
No, here we go.
Scotty.
I don't know, Scotty. I don't know how Scotty ended. I know Brooks. Well,
No,
I didn't even take.
Scotty
I
did
think
it.
Bryson missed the cut. Correct.
Bryson missed the cut. That's it.
No way.
Lowry was a horrendous wager. He literally came out just shit the bed.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Scotty ended in like 6th or something.
That's crazy.
Scotty finished top 10. That's insane.
That was some of his like worst golf.
He finished
Wait, where
tied.
did Colin end up finishing?
Morikawa finished
Remember, I parlayed him live with Scotty.
T23.
Nah,
Dude,
Took him top 5.
You gotta give. You gotta give him.
I got to give Colin
I
up.
just
He's
don't
just
think he's
not
that
good.
I don't think so.
So literally, like all you have to do is stay in the fairway. All he does is stay in the fairway. Still sucks somehow. Like I don't understand the Colin Morikawa glaze. I'm off on him. If Colin Morikawa, if you're listening, you suck at your job. That's even my new thing. You start telling other people they suck at their job.
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
Yeah.
I literally have a job where I'm going against potentially the most profitable organization in the entire world, trying to beat casinos on a daily basis. Still get told I'm bad at my job.
You are.
I think having to play defense against LeBron James every day of your life. He just comes out and goes, all right, you want to line up today? And I go, yeah, I can beat LeBron today. But I'm bad at my job. I'm bad at my job. All right, let's run the what in the world real quick, and then we got to surf the slate because there's not a lot of time left. But that's fine.
That's it.
Welcome back to What in the World, the news segment of the morning after about having in the news. There's a clip that I sent to Lauren that I think, did you tweet it so that people can find it? Because I don't know if I can pull it up.
Which one?
The Chili's.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
tweeted that.
Lauren tweeted this clip. You guys need to go watch it before we talk about it. But I think Lauren potentially had the funniest take of all time this morning when we talked about it pre-show. The second guy that comes in
Dude, just
on the Chili's. It's basically back in the day, Chili's released baby back ribs.
yeah.
And they recorded a full song for it. 2 singers,
In the
unbelievable
stew.
voices. And they just went band for band. The first guy's baby back, baby back, baby back. And the second guy that comes in,
Chili.
you want to talk about blowing the doors off. He's got the full mustache. Chili's. Like just out of nowhere. And it's so funny that it starts with the first guy and he's just like baby back, baby back, baby
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And then just cuts this guy in the studio, doors off. Chili's. Like just out of control levels of good. Can I play the audio?
Yeah, please.
The funniest part is the
Please.
video because it cuts to the other guy singing and he's
Yeah.
eyes closed, belting just the word chili.
Dude, that shit. They knew what they were recording for. They knew this was bigger than just them. They knew this was bigger than just them.
You gotta, well, what did you say this morning? You were like,
I was like, dude, there's just not restaurants that put that much heart
yeah,
into.
just no more
You
hard
just
restaurants.
don't get that anymore. Only Chili's, man.
Are you guys ready for this?
America's restaurant.
Baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
I want my
baby back,
Chili's, baby back.
I want my baby, baby. Dude, he fucking holds it down,
The
boy.
guy that comes, I want my chili.
Dude, you know what that? It's like the Dwayne Wade LeBron picture. He's
Literally.
setting it up and then just lobs it to him. Chili's.
Chili. Like, I just thought it was so funny that you were like, dude, fast foods, they don't have heart like that anymore.
Yeah, dude, they don't. They don't. It's
Yeah.
an all-time classic.
I feel like there was a song for the fish fillet back in the day. Was there a song for the fish fillet? Am I out of my mind?
Yeah, you might be.
Well, it's the fish fillet songs, the Things in Paris song. In Paris song.
Is it?
What you order?
Fish fillet? No, but there was definitely like a song for the fish fillet, I feel like.
I don't think so.
Maybe you made one. Did you
Fish
just have
fillet.
one?
Give me that fish. Yeah, I'm right.
Do they
Give me
actually?
that fish.
What?
Yeah, dude, it was definitely something like that.
Wait, what restaurant?
Let
It
me
was for
find it.
McDonald's.
Oh,
There was definitely a song for the fillet of fish. I will, the tier 1 sub said, looking impeccable this Monday, Michael J. Thanks, I will. So are you, brother.
wow.
Oh
Give
my!
me that-
Oh my
yes.
God!
Give me that fillet fish. Give me that fish. That was definitely it.
Wait.
Yes.
That was
Okay,
like
do you guys
a,
the
dude,
levels?
that was
to
like
this
a
stuff?
fish they put on the wall, though.
Yeah, it was like one of those fish that's like a.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, in the mouth.
Yeah, he's singing
Yes,
it. Yes, okay, I do
dude.
know what you're talking about.
I remember that, dude. McDonald's tried, but I mean, that Chili's, you can't even come close.
No, dude.
Give me that fillet
They
fish.
recorded that in the stew, dude.
Give me that fish.
That sounded like it was recorded on fucking just Apple mic.
Chili's just took 2 soul singers. They're like, brother, we're putting out baby back ribs. And they were like, you fucking got it right here. Give me the baby back Chili's. I just love how hard they're going in the stew. Like, you guys need to go to Lauren's page
I
and
just
look
love
at the
how
video.
like serious they take it. It's so serious. It's just a chili
I
song.
love the drummer too.
Yeah.
They're like, everyone in that stew knew what they were doing and they just felt it. They just
Yeah.
felt
You
it.
can
probably
feel the
got
Kim through the phone.
Banged for that too.
They just went banned for. Could you imagine the guy that pitched it? It's like, what if we got 2 guys singing about our baby back ribs?
Yeah.
And then he got it done. Imagine showing him that video. They were probably like, dude, this could be a platinum level song.
Yeah. Yeah. Some are saying that song started it all for Chili's. Really?
Literally. Like that is a franchise altering move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is how that feels.
Mm-hmm.
That's a franchise altering move out of them.
It is.
It's not funny to joke about, but I feel like we talk about a lot of new stuff. Obviously, this Israel and Iran situation is starting to heat up in a not very good way. However, there was I'm not going to say funny video, but there's a video from, I believe it was Lebanon at a wedding.
Yeah, I showed you that video.
Yeah, there's a video of a Lebanese wedding. And the video is really scary because it's the missiles that Iran is sending back to Israel to attack Israel. But then someone quoted it was like, you need to click in and listen to the audio.
Mhm.
And while these missiles are flying over, what was the song?
Let me see if I can find it. It's not.
All that too.
Not funny, but
It's
just
just-
like the fact that that's
There's
happening.
just a funny song
And
playing while they're.
the song that's playing is the only thing that makes it
Let me see if
like,
can
I
find
mean,
it.
obviously really scary situation, really serious situation. Don't want
Yes.
to act like we're laughing at the situation.
No.
However, objectively, the missiles flying over the top with that song is funny. Objectively, that is
Dude,
funny.
I've got to find it. Hold on.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Dude,
Just
what
the
year
song.
was
Once you
that?
guys hear the song, you'll get it. Super not funny. Super not funny. But objectively, that song with that happening is funny. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I mean, just to tap into a little serious news brain, because I've been researching it a lot. So Israel has this thing called the Iron Dome. That's like the most impressive missile defense system in the entire
Find
world.
it.
And what the Iranians are doing now is they are, which is actually really scary. They're sending payloads of really old missiles to basically distract the dome and then sending in new era missiles to penetrate the dome. So if anyone's wondering what's happening, like when you see those videos and you see the multiple missiles over the top and they blow up in midair, that's the Iron Dome doing their job. But now Iran has, I guess, figured out that you can overwhelm the dome and then sneak in really quick missiles, which is kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
And then this morning, Israel, I guess, formally asked the United States to enter into conflict with Iran. And I was talking on the phone yesterday. It's like, if they go to a draft, I gotta go. Like, right, you get put in jail if you don't, correct? Like, I was trying to remember. I remember getting my license at 18, and they basically say this enters you into the military draft, correct? Like, once you
Yeah.
accept the license.
If you get drafted, you gotta go.
But I'm saying like but it happens at 18, right? Like once you get your driver's license is when you get entered into the military draft. They just tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
I know that's how it used to be. I don't know if that's
When you're
like-
18, well, yeah.
Yeah, but that happens
There's
though,
been a-
correct?
like,
Like at 18, once you get your license, you get
They say
entered into
they
the.
ain't drafting you, brother. That's crazy.
All right. All right. Dude, I'm definitely, but I just want everybody to know I'd go.
Yeah.
If my number gets called, I'm going.
Yeah, dude.
Although I was talking to Rav about it, I was just like, dude, like, I would rather be in like the French countryside than just the desert, though. You know? Honestly, I'd be the worst guy. Let me actually make my case for why they shouldn't draft me with this marble skin. Dude, I'm useless. I'm sunburnt day one.
Yeah. Dude, it is
Immobilized
crazy.
level sunburn.
This is like kind of on topic, whatever, but it is crazy how social media makes this stuff like we just make a joke about everything. That's a problem, bro. Like, I don't know if you saw like the missiles like hitting, they did bring the boom to it.
Yeah, it's fucked.
It's like
I almost laughed at that. I'm not gonna.
laughing at the it's just like it's just funny to me. Like it's just like what are we doing?
But genuinely though,
The funny-
chick legs in combat.
The
It's
funny
just-
thing about those videos is that there's someone sitting on their computer chefing that up.
Yeah,
Like,
like
oh,
that's
yeah,
the
it's like
fucked up
that's the
part.
funny part.
Yeah.
The actual shit's not.
Do you have
nothing
the
funny
video,
about
though?
it. No, I couldn't find it.
Someone said it's the ABBA song.
Yeah, it is the ABBA song. I just can't find the.
Which one is it though? It's not Dancing Queen.
I'll find it.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's Beat It. Maybe. So there's two videos.
Which song is it though?
That was Beat It playing.
No, it wasn't Beat It. Wasn't Beat It. It was
No, it
something
wasn't
else.
Beat It.
It was something else.
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. It was something else though. But yeah, I mean, obviously a really scary situation. I am
Yeah.
starting to be more tapped in on the news and stuff.
I need to
Um,
get tapped in.
But again, the objectively also fucking hysterical part is just every time something happens, obviously because our president is Donald Trump, it always gets put on him to have an answer. And when you just ask a guy like Trump to give an answer, he just can't help himself but just say something that is just so absurd. And they asked him about it. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Israel used an unbelievably accurate missile to take out the Iranian top brass of their military. So literally cleaned what they considered the house of the top military cabinet of the Iranian government.
Hmm.
In an effort basically to say that the new regime that Iran hopefully puts in would want to negotiate with them more to become peaceful. But I feel like death to supply peace never works.
Hmm.
I don't know when, as leaders of nations, we're going to understand that that's not how that's going to work. And this is where my take of like, maybe just women should run everything. Because I feel like just men sometimes have that poopy brain where it's just like, if I get rid of him, the new guy that comes
Everyone
in,
can
the
get
new guy
that
that comes in
poopy
could be even more fired up. I feel like, you know,
Yeah. There needs to be a good mix, I think.
a good mix.
A good mix.
I don't know. That just feels like such a man thing. Just like, I'm going to take out that team and hopefully the team that takes over is going to be nicer to me. That's not how that works.
Well, I would guess that their goal isn't that they would just let any team take over. They're going to try to pick the team that takes over, I would guess.
Maybe that was a crazy take. I don't know. But they asked Trump about it and they were like, so what happens? Because Trump was in active negotiations with that, like men in that cabinet.
Hmm.
And he was just like, well, COVID didn't get him. Like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? We're making COVID jokes in 2025. And then they asked him about the conflict and he was like, yeah, sometimes you just got to let them fight it out. Like, dude, what are you talking about? It's like literally like it's almost, I'm like almost convinced that Trump is like the first streamer. He's just clickbaiting. It's like sometimes you got to let them fight it out.
Just got one liners.
What the hell are you talking about? Is that not crazy? I mean, I know this is probably just
I'm happy that we're not
talking
involved.
about.
I'm happy that we're trying not to be involved with it.
Yeah, it's a topic I try to like.
I'm kind of happy you guys are tiptoeing around this and I'm just fucking
I'm not
busting
tiptoeing. I'm
through
happy
the
that, like,
doors saying
I
shit.
take the back seat on
that he's
these.
saying that they can fight it out. Like, let them, if they want to fight with them, they can fight with them. I don't want to be involved.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's, I don't hate the stance, but just the way he says stuff is just fucking hysterical.
Well, yeah.
I mean, dude, like, actually, I'm not even kidding. From the political world, a lot of shit happened this weekend. That was like crazy. I don't know if you saw the thing about Minnesota. That's really fucked up and sad.
Did see that. That was crazy.
Guy ended up being an InfoWars fan. So
Insane.
connect those dots for me and tell me that that doesn't make a little bit of sense if he's that fucking crazy. But yeah, there's just crazy shits happening all across the world. There was no King's Day. I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's not a thing. It's just made up.
Oh, that's new?
Just made up.
That has not been a thing?
Not a thing.
That just blew my mind, dude. I thought that was a thing that people have been doing forever and just like
Nope, made
sneakily,
up.
I've only seen them celebrate this year. That's a new thing.
Made up.
Wait, what's made up?
Sometimes this is where it's like, dude, as America, I don't understand why sometimes we can't just look outside of our little people and go, holy shit, there are people in the Middle East literally killing each other every single day. And then we're making up no King's Day. Is that not true to anybody else?
It's just them saying that Trump's a king and that he is like a dictator, essentially. There's no kings.
Oh, so now his tweet is actually funny. He was just like, saw you guys. Thank you to all the No Kings protesters. Thought a king was trying to take my place.
Okay.
But thanks to your tireless efforts, I'm still your president. Great job.
That's good. That's good.
He's just a clip farmer, dude.
He is a clip farmer.
At his base, he just loves to clip farm.
Is that a fake tweet? That might have been a fake tweet.
No, it might have been a fake
That would
tweet.
have been
Oh, it's real.
Yeah, that's the thing about Trump, though. Is it fake or real tweet?
The thing is that this even matter. Like that might as well be his tweet. You know that he was thinking that.
Yeah, there's no way that.
He was
Tweet-
thinking that.
I got sent help. The last thing I want to talk about before we serve some slate, because I'm sure everyone wants to get off the political topic, even though I feel like I can talk about this shit for hours because I think some of it is just absurd. I saw a women's handball clip.
Dude, okay, I was kind of confused. That clip's been around for like years.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the spin. Yep.
You've been
Like I've seen that at least 50 times on the TL.
Saw that 6 years ago.
nah.
Dude, I might have saw that on Facebook days.
No King's Day and this got me in the same day. No way it's that old. You guys are fucking with me.
But let me be honest, I've seen that finger roll about 72 times.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe not 6. Like I might be. I might not.
It's at least a couple years.
You're fucking kidding me.
No,
You
it's
guys are kidding me.
freaking sick though. I understand why it like pops up so much.
Dude, she hit the.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's
It's that
nasty.
old?
When I saw it yesterday, I was like, Mike, we gotta be better. Kept scrolling.
Dude, the equipment and the definition on the camera, it can't be that old.
Let's see. I'm gonna
It's
try
been
to
there
find.
for a while. It's been there for a while.
Dude, I was literally like, I need to start watching women's handball because that was the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, it's freaking sick. It is.
I
sick.
am cooked.
smooth with it.
Well, you know what I did watch yesterday too? I don't know if you saw my tweet about it. Wow, I can't believe it's that old. I was going to dive into that clip. Everybody's seen it a million times. That's cool.
100%.
I was last night, fired up my TV, just tired from a long weekend of traveling. Thank you, yay lads. And it's good to know someone else. I put someone else on and we enjoyed that together for the first time.
No, it's good.
I guess ESPN The Ocho is making a comeback on ESPN News. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
if this was a rerun or if I got again. I watched 45 minutes of the air guitar national championship. That face, perfect. Exact reaction I was hoping for. It is a competition where grown adults air guitar songs.
It's freaking sick. I've definitely heard of that.
The grand prize, $0,000 on a big check. Potentially one of the coolest competitions I've ever laid eyes on. The lady that won, they brought her out a big check. It just says $0,000. No prize. Just for the love of the game. They go on like it's like an octagon stage with like a circle arena, and they go out there and it's like, and they're like no guitar. Like the main sponsor was beef sticks. So the one guy had the, like beef sticks in his shirt and he was throwing them in the crowd and then going back to the guitar.
Oh,
But it's
that's
air
sick.
guitaring. So it's
Yeah.
not real instruments.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
just about your performance. And they cut to the judges. One of them was Sasquatch.
Okay.
Another was a guy with a wig on that kept spraying it with a bottle of water.
Okay.
And then two serious guys. You get graded out of 10. It was potentially the coolest thing I've ever watched.
Wow. Sounds like it.
Just love of the game too. And then at the end, all the contestants on the stage together air guitaring. So there was no bad blood, no beef.
That's,
They were just
well, there was no
I
prize.
think like
But
watching people and like hating on them, like, dude, not like you doing this.
for sure. I mean, you get eliminated. So it goes down to the final two, and then
Yeah.
the final two,
I
you
just
get.
wonder, like, what's like are they like hating on it? Like, dude, I did.
For sure they're hating on it, dude. Well, then it was like everyone was doing it together at the end on the stage, but then you could see the ones that are like, I need to separate myself from the crowd right now. And we're like going a little bit too hard. Like the one guy that lost, I think he was just doing a little too much,
Okay, yeah,
which I think is a
a
thing.
little too animated.
Yeah,
I would say.
a little bit too much. He split. I was like, whoa.
We don't need
A
that.
lot.
All right. Maybe the split was a little too much. I literally posted a video on Twitter. It's like
I didn't see
it's like
it.
a 5-second video,
I
but
didn't see it.
I watched it for like 45 minutes. It's like, this is the most fascinating thing I've ever seen.
It's interesting how the competition is none of the guitar, all the music, and then the prize is all of the check and none of the money.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
That's
you
insane.
get all of the checks, just none of the money.
Insane. It should be flipped. You get all the money, none of the check.
All of the check, none of the money.
None of the money.
Dude, and I'd be lying if I told you that when she got the check, she did look over to see if there's any money, saw it said $0,000, started laughing. I don't even think they knew that there was no money involved for the winner.
I would feel like a dork. I would feel like a dork.
I mean, dude, you're at the Eric
Like
Taylor
that
Championship.
video, I just
You're dorking.
broke when that video was recorded, the handball one. It was from November 28th, 2024. So not that old at all.
Fuck you guys.
Okay, I said
All
2
right,
years.
off the bat. Fuck you guys.
Okay, I just
You
wanted to.
said
I've seen it.
Facebook days. You said fucking Facebook
No, I was
days.
just,
Yeah, Chad, how do you
Saying
like
a
that? Brand new video, fresh off the press.
that's over a year ago.
You literally said 6 years. I've seen that spin.
No, that was Josh. I said 2 years.
No,
Yeah.
you said 6.
No,
I-
I didn't.
We can
That was
absolutely
Josh.
run that back.
I would love to because
We
yeah.
will.
Josh, go ahead and tell them.
I said 6.
Yes, I said 2, but I was just saying like I have seen it multiple times because it is a sick clip and it does resurface a lot.
I'm out on you guys. Fuck you guys. All right, we're about to run over time, so let's go surface
Yeah.
slate really, really quick.
Yeah.
Oh shit! When did he become a
Let me
Sorry.
run it. Let me run it.
All right, we're gonna speed run through the slate today because I don't want to run into BTL. Sorry, we had a lot to talk about. It was a big weekend.
Yeah.
Starting in baseball, I already have my plays prepared. I'm going to be taking the Marlins today with Sandy on the bump against the Phillies. So I apologize. I just feel like it's a gross bet. I'm starting to get into betting gross a little bit here in my old age. And I just feel like the Phillies, this would be a game where I would take the Phillies. So I am genuinely also just trying to fade myself. So I'm going to take the Marlins here. Also, it seems though every time Pepiot is a favorite, the Rays win. So I might do a little Florida 2-piece. I know he's only 1 cent juice of favorite over the Orioles today. But whenever Pepiot seems to be getting line respect, I have been tailing him and it has been going well.
Okay.
I kind of want to buy the bad news on the Red Sox today, dude, against Logan Gilbert with his first start since injury.
I don't hate that. I want to take my favorite play is actually in that game. I want to take the under in that game.
Oh.
It's mega juice the under. It's 7.5. I think Giolito being in the bump with a 5.45, and then Logan Gilbert coming off an injury. Like, how was that a 7.5 total? I kind of love that.
I kind of agree with that. I kind of want to buy bad news, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy bad news too.
I might buy bad news Red Sox ML and just go, okay, Raphael's gone. Who's going to step up? Might be Duran bases today.
Yeah.
And then Shohei minus 157. How do you not just squeak first 5? How do you not squeak Dodgers first 5 with Shohei?
Against Cease, that's a sick game. I like the over in that game. I mean, 8.5 over with Cease and Ohtani.
9 on the green.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's juiced at 8.5 on here. So yeah, I don't hate that.
That's what I really like in the MLB right now. NBA tonight, I'm going to take the Thunder. Trent boots on ground. It seems as though he does get them when he's in Oklahoma. I don't know why we ever thought sending him to Indiana would help the Thunder get one. But being in Oklahoma is when Trent gets one. And -9, I feel really good taking that to the bank. I wouldn't be shocked if the Thunder beat them by like 50, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, this spread does not make sense to me.
Not make sense at all.
It does not make sense to me.
I think
But I feel like they've always just gotten a lot of respect now.
For sure.
I mean, how do you not take the Pacers? Like, I think the Thunder win, but by 10,
9 points is too many.
so many points.
that's just so many points. But maybe that, I don't know, maybe it's telling.
Are you going to be on the pace?
Can't fade Trent like that. That's fucked up.
I'm going to take the Thunder -9. Sorry. Also, Josh, tomorrow, and Lauren,
Mm-hmm.
I need you guys to come prep to talk about the U.S. men's national team because we're in a real bad spot and more keeps coming out about these fucking prima donna privileged losers
They
that
won
are
it.
supposed to be the core of our fucking team going forward a year out from the World Cup. And I'm actually so tired of it. And we're going to have a little conversation
At
about
least
it.
they won a game.
Yeah, thank God. Those kids, that should just be our World Cup roster. Like, just leave these fucking prima donnas at home.
Yeah.
I'm over 'em. The FIFA World Cup is also kicked off. Chelsea plays LAFC. I'm going to go ahead Chelsea -1.5 and the over 2.5. So LAFC just somehow beat Chelsea. All right, let's do PODs, prize picks, close out, get the BTL. I'm going to go POD, raise ML.
Okay. I'm going to go POD under in that Mariners Red Sox game.
Lawrence?
Give me the A's +1.5.
Okay. The A's? Holy shit.
You weren't even listening.
I can't believe you just squeaked the A's.
Yeah, I did.
Against the Astros, dude, we're kind of heating up.
Give me Mitch Spence, dude.
We just swept the Royals. We're kind of heating up.
Kind of hard.
I also gave Lauren a demon, Lawrence Butler.
That was a great call out of you.
Shout out Paige Beakers. Can't hit a 3, I bet.
That was crazy.
Put me in the game. See, I'm not going to lie. Shit like that is why I get pissed at WNBA. Shit like that.
Paige is just not bettable to me.
Shit like that, dude.
Well,
I'm definitely going to go to a Red Sox today, so I'm going to try to find my favorite Red Sox. But let's do a little PP lineup here and then get the people over there to BTL.
you're just such a Duran guy.
I know, but I'm kind of thinking Roman Anthony, dude. Face the young gun, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Your GOAT of the franchise got traded away. You better show up. But I might not do it.
That's how I felt about Duran. He's the new face.
Should we just go to Duran?
Up to you.
Let me see his squares.
Up to you. I mean, you probably get better
Yep, we're
value
going to
with
Duran.
Roman.
Look at that hits runs RBI square for Duran. Look at that hits runs RBI square for Duran.
Duran.
He didn't get a single hit the entire Yankee series.
Yeah.
He didn't get a single hit.
Dude, and they're playing Logan Gilbert. Never mind. He's a lefty.
Yeah, but he's not going to pitch. This is his first game back. He's not going to pitch more than
Yeah,
5.
that's true. That's true.
Lauren, Josh, what do we like?
Give me. Where is it?
Jackson Derulo, I like your confidence in the Twitch chat. He said, bro, whatever you put in, it's full fading. Shout out.
Shout out. I'm going back to the pitcher combo squares. I'm going to take the less than on Mr. Carson Palmquist and Jake Urban. 9Ks. Going under.
It's Colorado, Washington.
Yeah.
Joshy?
Give me, this is going to be so gross. We're taking it. Cason Wallace more than half a 3. He hasn't made a 3 the entire series.
Mm.
He gets the minutes. He puts up 1 or 2 threes a game. He's making them.
I actually love that, Josh. Case Wallace, half a 3. Palmquist, Jake Irvin, less than pitcher strikeouts combo. Jaron Duran, 1.5 hits on RBIs. That's your TMA 3-piece. Everybody say goodbye. I'm going to get some people out of some Mikey Core, and then we will see you in BTL.
Peace, chat.
We'll
Happy
be
Monday.
chat. Have a great day. Peace.
All right, chat. Welcome back to Mikey Core, the part of the show where we just try to get a little bit more connected as people. I'm going to get you guys out of here real quick because we got BTL starting up. Apologies to Goots and Krabs and Jovan for going over. I'm just going to stick with the standard. Take one step forward for me. I know how hard Mondays can be. It can kind of feel like all the fun you had on the weekend suddenly gets snapped back in, and everything that you were stressing about and had anxiety about the weekend prior kind of hits you all at once when you wake up. So I'm just going to ask you, please take one step forward. I know how hard it can be. And hell, you guys have seen me take multiple steps backwards in life. But I think through doing the show, we've realized that it's about the attempt, not the result of waking up and taking that step forward. And I just challenge you to be the stronger person today and try to be the one that brings good energy. Try to be the one that brings good vibes because everyone else around you is going through life. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show today. Thank you guys so much for showing up day in and day out. You have no idea how much it means that you give your time to us every single weekday. We got BTL coming up right after this. I love you. Even heard that day. I love you guys. We'll see you here same time, same place tomorrow. Refresh the stream. Join BTL. Tell them we said what's up. Shout out you guys. We will in fact see you tomorrow. Peace. 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 Peace.